Welcome to Same Spit, Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. If you clicked on this video to hear about Lil Baby addressing DJ Academics and Mike Rubin, I need you to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Now, Spit Squad. Lil Baby sat down for an interview with Lil Yachty, and it actually changed a lot about his perspective. Now, a lot of people call him slow. One being DJ Academics. A lot of people act like he's not smart, he's unintelligent, but Lil Baby say he reads a lot of books. Lil Baby say that he was a straight A student. He was supposed to skip 2 grades. He did skip 1, but the reason he didn't skip to the 2nd grade because his mama didn't want him in the same grade with her other sister. Now, as a side with his sister. As a side note, we have that happen a lot in our community, man, where we hold back the people who can be exceptional because we trying to make room for the people who not exceptional. Not saying that his sister is not exceptional. She was on par and she was smart for the age that she was at, but he was accelerating. And one of the reasons I believe his mom held him back is because she was thinking, well, if I put him in the same class as her and he's younger, 2 years younger, she's probably going to feel embarrassed. She's probably going to feel a way about it. And this happens a lot in the hood where we hold back our most talented players or our most talented intellects and our most talented academic minds because we don't want to embarrass other people. So that's one thing that caught my attention. And another thing is Nas had a song, and I can't remember, but it was on the Godson album or it was on Stillmatic. But either way, he was talking about how, like, people be thinking that Southern people slow because they had that drawl to them. And sometimes they may even talk slow. But that don't mean that they slow. That just means that, based on where they grew up, their diction and the people that they're around, they adapt the way they speak in order to be able to not only understand people and have people understand them. An example is if you take a person who from Chicago, a person who talk fast, a person who slick with it, you know what I'm saying? A person who just got a good way, a gift of gab, right? If you put them down south around Southern people for 10 years, they'll still have all of that intuition and all of that wittiness and all of that gift of gab that they got from Chicago. But if they down in Mississippi, eventually their accent will start to change to a Mississippi accent. And it's just something you do to adapt. A lot of people, it's a lot of people who never say bro, but when they get around people who say bro a lot, they start to say bro, so the people they having a conversation with can adapt to them. And that's just how it is. We got to look at babies, not the baby or little baby. I'm talking about like babies, like infants. They learn to talk from hearing people talk. And that's how they get their diction. That's how they get their language that they speak and all of that. If you took an infant that was born from 2 American parents and you raised that infant in a Hispanic household from 0 days old, from 1 day old, that child would start speaking Spanish. You would have to teach them English later in life. You don't just automatically come out with that language embedded in your mind. Now, it is something that says babies' minds are more malleable and they absorb easier, so it's easier for them to pick up on languages. But they wouldn't just instantly know English if you raised them in a household that speak Hispanic. Now, when he talked about the Michael Rubin situation, he basically said, when that picture first came out, he said he knew how people was going to react to it. And actually, he didn't even want the picture to come out. And so what he ended up doing was he had Michael Rubin go through his security system and basically give him a bunch of video of the party and how things were going at the party. Because when you come from where we come from, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they say you can't be a gangster and have that on your name. You know what I'm saying? There's 2 things as a gangster or a street guy you can't have on your name. You can't have on your name that you've been participating in man-on-man activity. You can't have on your name that you've been participating and cooperating with the law. Those are the 2 things that you have to stay away from. But Anyway, past that, Lil Baby understanding that just want people to get away from that narrative. But I definitely believe that Lil Baby is smart, and I think this interview was probably one of the best interviews. And I think that they should clip this interview up and put it out in more places and put it out with small clips where it's more digestible, and just let that narrative run. And then don't do any more interviews because it can only go down from here. Although he may have already done other interviews. But I wouldn't release no more interviews this year, and I would allow this to be my standing last impression of me speaking, and then just start to drop the heat. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Salute to all my salute to the Spit Squad. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair.